What is up, guys? It is Michael back with you with another video, and this time around we're gonna discuss the top 25 matchup between the Iowa State Cyclones and the TCU Horned Frogs that happened earlier today. And let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and discuss the good and bad of TCU, and I'm gonna get into Iowa State after that. Let's go ahead and get it over with the good. The defense was probably the only shining part of this game. In the first half, they were really picking on Anthony Tejada, our 5'11" corner. They were really picking on him. And usually when, in this game, he would usually be in good position against other receivers. But like I said in the other video, the height and the leaping ability of these Iowa State receivers could be the difference. And it certainly was in the first half, because these guys were just picking on Ray Anthony all day long. And on that second touchdown to Akeem Butler in the back of the end zone, the play before that, he signaled to Kyle Kemp, the quarterback. He just signaled, hey, throw it up, I'll go get it. And usually Nick Orr is in good position, but he just threw it up. Akeem Butler jumped, caught the ball, got 2 feet in bounds, and it was a touchdown. They were up 14-0. And the TCU defense took about a quarter to settle in, like a quarter and a half, like I kind of predicted in the last video. But, I mean, there were just so many breaks that didn't go our way, man. I mean, there were a couple of penalties on TCU that I didn't really agree with, like the uncatchable ball that PI was called on Anthony Tejada. That was obviously uncatchable, and that should have not, that was a BS call. Another thing, we had a pick six by Ridwan Isahaku, and Matt Boson was offsides on that play. I mean, if you're not offsides, it's a tie ball game. I mean, this game was so frustrating, guys. It was I didn't know which team I was watching. I didn't know whether to hate TCU for it or to give credit to Iowa State. Obviously, Iowa State deserves credit because they capitalized. And, I don't even think, if I remember correctly, they did not score off of any of our turnovers, did they? I don't think they did. But still, Iowa State was able to move the ball down the field and get in the end zone. TCU was able to move the ball down the field, but they weren't. But we're going to get into that here in a little bit. The defense, again, was solid. I'm not sure how much better this defense could have performed on the road in a huge electric atmosphere. I mean, hell, the sky cam was even shaking. And, my goodness, man, credit to that crowd. I mean, they were loud, and man, that was a tough road game, like everyone thought it would be. My prediction of 38-23 was way off the mark because I expected our team to perform a lot better. The defense giving up 200 yards of total offense in the first half and then completely shutting down Iowa State. They gave up 40 yards of total offense in the second half. What more could you have asked for from this defense? They consistently bailed out the TCU offense. Kenny Hill throws an interception inside the 5-yard line. I don't get why that was a play call. You have a 6'2", 235-pound running back. Just give it to him and get in the end zone. If you get stuffed, live with it. Kick a field goal. Don't call some stupid out route call to a 5'10" wide receiver. If anything, call it to Jalen Austin, John Diar's, because 2 players messed up that play. Kenny Hill with the tall ball, overthrown ball, Kavontae Turpin not turning his head around fast enough to at least try and tip it up out of bounds or to the ground, whatever the case may be. I mean, this game was just so frustrating. Every bit of momentum that TCU got was wiped away by itself. So I'm done with the defense. They did what they were supposed to do. But, I mean, I guess you can say from a coaching standpoint, don't give up points at all. You know, TCU today put its defense in a championship caliber defense conversation. Now let's get into the offense that did not help out the TCU defense. This was the worst offensive game I can remember in like the last 3 or 4 years. This was the absolute worst game. Stupid play calling, stupid decision making. I mean, every time we busted out a 10-yard run by Darius Anderson or Kyle Hicks, it was brought back because of a stupid holding call. Austin Schlottman, Lucas Niang, whatever the case may be. Austin Schlottman really upset me the most because there was like 3 times he was called for holding. I mean, dude, block. Don't tackle the guy. Just block for 2-3 seconds. You're done. Don't give the ref any reason to think that it was a holding call. Tackling the dude is good enough reason to think, although the first one I thought was clean. But still, don't bring the dude to the ground. Just block him. That's it. Back off. Watch Darius Anderson do his thing. 40-yard reception, brought back, holding. Again, an 8-yard run, brought back, holding. 17-yard run, brought back, holding. I mean, my goodness, guys. I mean, I can honestly say that, like, Iowa State deserved to win because they didn't make mistakes. But I can honestly say Iowa State was not the better team. They were the more disciplined team. In a top 25 matchup, national television, in freezing weather, they were more disciplined. Being disciplined is better. I will take a disciplined player over a physically gifted player who is not disciplined at all any time of the day. And Iowa State could not have proven that point for me any more than it did today. It didn't beat itself. It didn't negate big plays by penalties. It didn't. I mean, Kyle Kemp put on a show. He did his thing. Alan Lazard making big catch after big catch. Did his thing. Big time player, make big time plays. Hakeem Butler, everything I thought he was. David Montgomery, we shut him down, particularly considered comparing to how he usually performs. I mean, Ty Summers, Ross Blacklock, they were stuffing him the whole game. Well, I mean, not really in the first quarter, but after that, they were doing their thing. And it was dumb. Kenny Hill overthrew Taj Williams, Desmond White, Kavontae Turpin, Kyle Hicks. Now, everybody that's saying that Kenny Hill needs to be benched over one bad game, get over it. Because Kenny Hill could also be, other than the defense, could probably be the second most important reason why the Frogs were undefeated to begin with. He protected the football. He made big plays. But, of course, you expect some overthrown balls by Kenny Hill. You do. But today, Kenny Hill, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying bench the guy. The dude is 7-0. Coming into the game, he was completing 70% of his passes. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, he didn't play anybody. You played at West Virginia, an Arkansas who has a stingy defense, although they're not really, I guess you can say, putting up much. But, I mean, this team, they're not, like, they're so much more better than how they performed today. It was like, I did not expect that at all. They beat themselves so badly that they lost by a touchdown. They got into the red zone 3 times, turned it over 3 times. Run the damn ball. Stop making Kenny Hill. Obviously, if Kenny Hill is not having the greatest game and you should realize that in the fourth quarter, give the ball, run it, because Iowa State could not stop the run. But still, we kept trying to go for the big play. We still kept trying to throw it downfield. Kept trying to get fancy. No. Gary Patterson said it best. When you get down there, score points. I don't care if you go a 1-yard run instead of doing a double pass, whatever the case may be. Score points. It's that simple. They gave Kenny Hill good protection all day. There were drop balls and not great throws. Again, we beat ourselves. So many times we got a first down. Momentum was in our way. Holding. Again, like I said, it was pathetic. This was a pathetic performance. We deserved to lose. We were a better team, but, I mean, we had more total yards. We just made a lot of mistakes. And, I mean, now getting away from TCU, Iowa State, my goodness, they look like a different football team. I mean, they are so much tougher on the front seven than when I remember seeing them last year. Matt Campbell is probably solidifying himself as National Coach of the Year. Like, this guy, he has these players performing at an all-time high. My goodness, I mean, this guy is so underrated, and people are saying he's going to be coaching at Tennessee. Why would he leave Iowa State? He's now putting Iowa State on the map. Why would he leave? Just 2 years on the job. Not even 2 years yet. Like a year and a half. So obviously, and also another thing, Iowa State defense, they made plays. They did make plays. TCU beat themselves, but when TCU would catch the ball, it would only be like when they do their fancy out routes and stuff like screens, it would only be like 1 yard. Iowa State was doing a great job wrapping up. I mean, they stayed square, they broke down, they didn't over pursue, they didn't take bad angles. They tackled very well. I mean, I was impressed. Like, I hated them for doing that, but I was impressed. This team changed my mind about them. I mean, I literally think that they can run the table. Hope to God they do. I want to see them again in the Big 12 championship. But this team is playing at an all-time high. These big receivers are making big-time plays. Kyle Kemp, my goodness, I mean, what can you say? He was under duress a couple of plays, but he still delivered the ball right where only his receiver could get it. And that is a huge credit to a guy that knows his receivers, knows their strengths, and he was attacking it. So, huge shout-out. I hate to do it. It hurts. Like, this loss hurt. But huge shout-out to Iowa State, man. They deserve it. They performed better, and they made less mistakes. And for once I can't say Gary Patterson got outcoached. Sonny Cumbie got outcoached. I mean, my goodness. It was frustrating, but we got to move forward. Iowa State, I wish y'all the best of luck, man. Y'all have my respect. I mean, I see y'all as a top 15 team, potentially a top 10 team when the rankings come out by the committee this week. Y'all got my respect, man. Y'all earned it. Y'all punched us in the mouth. Now, I really hope TCU and Iowa State can run the table because I definitely want another crack at Iowa State to really see who the better team is on a neutral site field, no weather involved, in Arlington, Texas, and see who can come out on top. Hopefully y'all can take care of business. Good job, guys. Keep it rolling. TCU, eyes up, keep climbing, guys. Defense, y'all need to perform better. I mean, if today didn't teach us anything, allowing 240 yards is not good enough. We need to allow 90, 100, 0 points. Offense, Kenny Hill, I'm expecting him to bounce back. I'm expecting, because I'm thinking we get Patrick Morris back for the Texas game. I'm expecting this team to respond greatly. I look at it like how we lost a heartbreaker to Baylor in 2014, and we were a veteran team at the time, and we came back and destroyed everybody in our path. I'm expecting that and hoping for that this time around. I'm thinking that when we face Texas, I think we're going to get after them. Hopefully we can go up to Norman, beat Oklahoma convincingly, beat Texas Tech convincingly, and blow out Baylor. So that way, you know, TCU's playoff hopes are still alive, but with a loss, of course, kind of dents it. But we really need Iowa State to run the table. Hopefully they do, because I want to see them again. Like, I don't even care about Oklahoma or Oklahoma State. I want to see Iowa State again, because that team, they go by intangibles, and they didn't beat themselves. So, again, you know, we're moving on to Texas. I believe Iowa State is going on the road to West Virginia, so that should definitely be a good game to watch. So, I guess go ahead and, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for tonight. Check out my next video, which will be a preview of the Texas game. And, you know, eyes up, keep climbing. Let's improve, guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new, subscribe, like this video, and go Frogs, guys. Thank you.